Getting fed up with this now. I checked everything. I did. Just my life. It's alright, I didn't want eggs anyway. At least they've kind of smashed in there this time and they're not running everywhere, so I better get on that and clean it up. For fuck's sake. Look, retaining rod. Works there. What the actual? Honestly. It's getting a joke now, honestly. And I mean, thankfully, it was going to be on my next long stop when we were somewhere that I was going to get the mats out and put them outside and let them dry out and give them a good clean. And I didn't do that, which is good, because the egg was mostly contained. It wasn't as gippy as it was last time. Right, tell John I'm done. I bet he's getting fed up of waiting for me for this stuff as well, bless him. So this is where it gets funny because of the need for signal. So we have this beautiful view. Let me show you. I've already shown it you anyway, but we have this, that we're right here. But the internet is rubbish. Up there, it's acceptable. Down here, it isn't. And we've both got work we need to do. It is one of those ones where sometimes you can't. Having all of this, you know, means that we can do that. If it was tomorrow, where we wouldn't have to work, then it would be a whole different matter altogether. I wish we didn't have to do stuff like that, but we do. If only YouTube paid enough money that we didn't have to worry about other jobs, it'd be brilliant. So this is a lovely little place. There is a road, but as you can see there, it goes over the dam, and it's a single track road. You can see from a while away whether there's any cars coming, and then you've just got people dotted around, which is lovely. So it seems like a lot of people come here just to go to the lake, which see there, and it's all the way around obviously to where the dam is as well. So just over on this side there's lots of picnic benches, there's some swings, like there's a little park, and at the end of this road there is a bin. So I didn't particularly want to carry around all of those broken eggs. Just thought that because this weather is lovely, it's like 27 degrees in my van at the minute. I think it's about 24 out here. And who wants that kind of stuff stinking away? Especially as it's right by my bed. Well, for all you can see me right now, it is 10:15, something like that. And we're leaving the park up. Not only was it was lovely, I don't think I've ever seen so many A classes in a field, and I've been in lots of motorhome shows before now, and there's some really friendly dogs roaming around, absolutely lovely. But my goodness, did they bark. They've literally been barking probably non-stop since it started to go dark. There are a few vans with dogs in already, so whether they're barking whenever the dogs are taken out to the toilet or not, I don't know. But it sounded like they were running circles round the vans at one point, and I want to sleep. So because I want sleep, we're going. So John's found somewhere 9 minutes away, but literally we're probably going to get up in the morning and go to the next spot. So it's no big deal. Well, this is what you do, really. I think we've been spoilt a little bit with the places and campsites and whatnot. The worst that we had at the last Aire was a bunch of tiny little German people. Most of the time, the bother from the kids was them walking around singing nursery rhymes to each other, and it was the sweetest little thing you've ever heard. So, yeah. Anyway, onwards in the dark. 6 minutes to go. Good morning. When we pulled up here last night, parked really close together, so I didn't need to get out of the van because it was quite late. And just gave John a kiss and said, no, I'm going to bed because I'm knackered. So I did that. And as we were leaning between the vans to have a snog, all we could hear was but they were well into the distance and they didn't keep us awake, so that's fine. However, look, Portugal's broken. It is broken because it's raining. Ugh. You see, I've been spoilt by my however many days it's been in on towards the south coast, so like Torre del Mar, Albufeira, the time at the hotel, although it did rain while we were at the hotel, but that seemed to be okay because, you know, we were in a hotel. And now the rain is back again, so I've just grabbed myself a coffee. I'm going to go over to John's van and we're going to see if we need to readjust our destination today and see if there is anywhere else that is not quite as rainy, because I don't know about you, but the freedom of being in a van, unless you've got somewhere you absolutely have to be, you just change it. You know, that's the thing. Unless there's something like I really, really, really want to go there, but it's raining today, so why don't we go here first and then we'll go there in a couple of days when the weather looks like it's going to be better. So that kind of flexibility is what I love about all of this. It's also what annoys a lot of my friends and family, because I kind of like that at home as well. So they'll be like, when are you coming to visit? And I'm like, I'll let you know, because I want to pick a good day, or I want to make sure that the weather's going to be good there, or that there's something to do, or that, you know, I'm not getting in the way of their work, or I'll be there when the kids are at school if I want to talk, or aren't at school if I want to see the kids too. There's a million different things, and my mind's just going all the time trying to figure out what's going to be the best thing. Whereas in all essence, as I found last time I went to visit everybody, I just asked them. They were all wonderful and it worked. So there you go. Maybe I should plan less. No, never mind. I'll get my coffee and go see, because we've got a little bit of a spot about 2 hours up the N2 that we've pinpointed for tonight. But we'll have to see what the weather's going to be like there and see if we choose to go somewhere else. Not quite as far, maybe a bit further. Who knows? In a Portuguese traffic jam. So we had a big talk about all the different options, because it's just like, what do we want to do? Is there any people we want to see while we're in Portugal? Do we want to stay in Portugal? It's not John's favourite country. Try and figure out all of the things, because we've only just done coastal stuff with Portugal, so it's like, do we need to do some more inland stuff and give it another try? It seems that a lot of stuff is more expensive here than it is in Spain, but that is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's the kind of thing that you deal with. We've had a few days of doing nothing and spending nothing, so it kind of works out, swings and roundabouts and all that. So yeah, so we've decided we're going to stay on the N2. We're going to go to the place that John had pinpointed, which is about 2 hours and 15 minutes away. So we'll get a little bit of a drive in there, and then we're going to see how John does with his back. There's a couple of little bars and cafes that are within like 6 or 10 minutes walk from where the little park up is, and we just need to find somewhere that is a halfway point to sit and regroup and recoup if you need to. So if there's a little cafe or a bar or something, it means that we can have a bit of a walk, see how John's back goes, and then if he needs to rest, then he can chill out a little bit. We can have Coke or a coffee or whatever, and then come back to the van. So it's good to do that as a little bit of a test. We are getting to see the side of Portugal we've never seen before. The N2 that we drove down, the portion that we drove down yesterday, was probably the windiest road that we have ever driven. And considering the route we've taken to get to where we are right now, that is saying something. So yeah, so it was a fun drive yesterday, but I'm glad we didn't do it in the dark, and I'm glad we didn't do it in the rain. So yeah, so off we go. 2 hours and 15 minutes. Be there in no time at all. There's the man himself, all set up on his little N2 sign. that was a hard 2 hours and 15 minutes. That was crazy roads. And the one thing we've found with Portuguese roads is that they don't care if the trees are growing through them. So you've got all the roots and things coming up. 1 minute you've got this perfectly flat, lovely piece of road, and the next minute you're like all over the place. So it's like trying to avoid them. And yeah, so I have driven my van here rather than it being like a lovely toodle like you do. So we've got here, and I am hungry as anything, me. It is 1:54, so we're literally I've been looking, there's a place just across there, begins with an L, I've just been telling John, and it looks like it's churrasqueria, is it churrasqueria, with lots of roasts and things. But when we were at the campsite with Steve and Viv, we popped up just a little bit further up the road to a little roadside cafe, and we had some bits of food there, and it was all stunning. It was really, really nice food. But they said you have to come back for a Portuguese special, which was meat, so beef, chicken or pork, with salad, rice and chips and an egg. And I'm like, sounds like a bit of me. And apparently they sell it up there. So hopefully it's open. It looked like it was open because we've just almost driven past it. But we'll have a wander up and see if we can find anything to eat up there. So fingers crossed, eh? So we have just been to Lusitano.
Sim.
And it was something that I'd found as I was looking around, because we haven't eaten out for ages because of John's back, and I think I was getting a bit antsy.
You think?
Yeah. Keeps me in check, he does.
What did you say?
What did I
I
say?
know this sounds selfish, but I need to eat out. Hope your back's all right.
We need to check and see if your back's okay. Yeah. I do feel like I've spent an awful lot of time in my van, whereas normally that would be okay. But after spending so much time in my van, it's like my ability to spend more time in my van has diminished a lot.
So by eating out, that recharges it then?
It does. I've had a break on the van. We didn't even have to eat out. We could have just gone for a walk.
Yeah.
We didn't have to eat out. However, they had this, what was it called? I want to say Bifano.
Oh, I've lost you. Oh, you've got the picture on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put something in on the screen here now over John's face that shows the menu, because it's one of those places where the menu was just on the wall and that's it. And we saw some guys sit and get their food as we walked in. 2 of those pork steaks, 1 perfectly cooked egg, and some of the nicest homemade chips. $7.50. We've just had a drink each and a plate of that each, and it wasn't a small plate, and the whole bill was $18.
Yes, I can tell you. It was £15.98.
£15.98. Can't get McDonald's for that.
No.
So yeah, that was really, really nice, and I enjoyed that very much. Did you?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Sim.
So just watching the O.J. Simpson thing on Netflix at the minute, and you can hear some dogs barking and whatnot. But look at this. The park's all lit up. You can literally walk all the way around everything and all the way down there. How lovely is that? So apparently there's a lake down there. This is the place that the Garda send everybody who gets caught by the lakes, because you're not allowed to camp down that way, but you are allowed here. So good luck for us, eh? Right, sorry to keep you waiting.
It's not shut.
It's not shut. I'm going to shut the door.